Manchester United predicted lineup versus Coventry as Alejandro Garnacho and Antony start. Man United will be hoping to keep their season alive when they face Coventry City in the semi-final of the FA Cup at Wembley Stadium on Sunday. Manchester United will be targeting a second consecutive appearance in the FA Cup final when they face Coventry City in their semi-final showdown at Wembley on Sunday. United, who last faced the Sky Blues in 2007, losing 2-0, progressed to the last four of the competition with a dramatic 4-3 win over Liverpool at Old Trafford last month. Ahmad scored the seventh goal of the contest, netting a late winner in extra time, to seal a pulsating victory. United, however, have not won a game since, drawing 3 and losing one of their 4 Premier League matches that have followed the March international break, including last weekend's 2-2 stalemate with Bournemouth. They will be hoping that a brief period of respite from the league will jolt their season back into action and give them a chance of saving it. Having named an unchanged team for the aforementioned clash with the Cherries, manager Erik ten Hag, who is under increasing pressure, could do the same again, though a cluster of members from within the squad will be targeting starting berths. Andre Onana is expected to continue between the posts and sample his first taste of Wembley as a United player. The goalkeeper has started all but one of United's matches in all competitions this season and will almost certainly occupy the gloves. As for the back four, confirmation that Harry Maguire is expected to win his fitness battle means he should retain his place at centre-back and could once again be flanked by Willy Kambwala. The latter has started the last 2 matches. Ten Hag is also likely to deploy the same individuals in the full-back berths, with Luke Shaw and Tyrell Malacia still absent. Diogo Dalot started at right-back at Bournemouth, meaning Aaron Wan-Bissaka started on the opposite side, and history could repeat itself this weekend. Ten Hag, however, does have a big decision to make concerning his midfield. Casemiro was a passenger at the Vitality Stadium, producing another lackluster showing that should not be rewarded with another start. But the United manager has persevered with him and is unlikely to drop him for a game of such magnitude. It would be no surprise to see him joined in the engine room by Kobbie Mainoo and Bruno Fernandes. Sofiane Amrabat, Scott McTominay, who is poised to return from injury, and Mason Mount will be targeting starting berths if Ten Hag does decide to make a change. Mount has not started a game for United since November because of a long-term injury. Regarding the forward line, Antony will be targeting a recall after missing out against Bournemouth through injury and could replace Marcus Rashford. The latter has been off the pace in recent weeks and Antony, to his credit, looked bright against Liverpool in his last appearance. If the Brazilian is recalled, it means Alejandro Garnacho may be switched out to the left flank. Rasmus Højlund will start through the middle and go in search of a second FA Cup goal. United predicted lineup versus Coventry City: Onana, Dalot, Kambwala, Maguire, Wan-Bissaka, Casemiro, Mainoo, Fernandes, Antony, Højlund, Garnacho. Kobbie Mainoo sends Manchester United clear message amid Man City transfer interest. Man United midfielder Kobbie Mainoo has been the subject of links with a move to Manchester City after his breakthrough season at Old Trafford, but has made his stance perfectly clear. Manchester United midfielder Kobbie Mainoo has sent a clear message about his adoration for the club amid links with Manchester City. Mainoo has enjoyed a breakthrough season with United, with his outstanding displays leading to the teenager earning his first England caps and becoming a potentially key player for the Three Lions at the upcoming Euros. This trajectory was earmarked for Mainoo during the summer, before his injury, when he impressed as part of Erik ten Hag's side in pre-season. There were reports in November that rivals Man City could look to try and tempt Mainoo away from Old Trafford. However, when celebrating his 19th birthday on Friday, Mainoo demonstrated his long-standing love for the club. As a young child, Mainoo spent time in both clubs' academies, but Men's Sport understands that United have always been relaxed about City's interest in the midfielder. Posting on Instagram to mark his birthday, one of the photos showed a young Mainoo posing in a United shirt. The picture proves Mainoo is United through and through, something perhaps picked up on when it was spotted by club captain Bruno Fernandes, who also shared it on his Instagram story as he wished his young teammate a happy birthday. Mainoo has become an integral part of Ten Hag's team in a short space of time, starting the last 16 league games. United have opened talks to extend Mainoo's contract in recognition of his growing importance to the first team this season. The midfielder will receive a wage increase if he signs a new deal, but the Manchester Evening News understands all parties are relaxed about the situation and there is no rush to accelerate talks. The midfielder will be eager to end his breakout season with silverware. United are preparing to take on Coventry City in an FA Cup semi-final at Wembley on Sunday as the team look to improve on last year's runners-up medals. How Manchester United are changing their midfield from short-term to long-term. Erik ten Hag's first Man United midfield provided short-term gains, but they are unlikely to be at the club for the long term. Erik ten Hag refused to dwell on the past. Last season was last season, he said at a reporter's mention of the FA Cup final defeat to Manchester City. A few minutes later, he responded to a question on Casemiro by dwelling on last season. I think we needed the 6 when I arrived here and last season Casemiro was fantastic, ten Hag enthused. I don't think he ever scored so many goals as well, but as a 6, a holding midfielder, a strategist, he was so important for the team. Casemiro was the difference in United qualifying for the Champions League. He nodded home in the League Cup final and got the ball rolling with another headed opener on the night United secured a top-4 finish against Chelsea. Marcus Rashford inevitably added the Sir Matt Busby statue to his trophy room, but Casemiro would have been as worthy a recipient. He and ten Hag sat side by side in San Sebastian for a pre-match press conference and were kindred spirits. After being in football for quite a while, despite the fact I am only 30, the obsession for winning is, ten Hag's obsession for winning is what surprised me the most, Casemiro confessed. Player and manager have suffered an acute case of second-season syndrome. Casemiro is on his last legs and the FA Cup final could be his last dance in elite football. This season, he struggled with a bad injury he never had in his career, ten Hag added on Friday. But I know he is such a winner, see his career. All his career, he always won. Everywhere where he was there will be success and I trust he will give us also the success and I know he will need games, he will be better and I'm very confident about him. He is a fighter, that is why he also won big trophies, he's a big personality, he's a very important player and he will give us success. Casemiro has plodded through the campaign and suffered a muscular injury for the first time in his career. Privately, he blamed ten Hag's intense training demands. Ten Hag claimed earlier this month United don't train too hard. Since returning to the starting lineup against Chelsea a fortnight ago, Casemiro has been playing by default. The other number 6 is Sofian Amrabat and his number is up. Amrabat has started once for United in the last 4 months. Mason Mount last started on November 1st and Christian Eriksen has lined up once this calendar year. Casemiro and Eriksen were United's first-choice midfield partnership last season and the pair provided considerable gains. But they were short-term and not long-term. There has been a swift changing of the guard with United's midfield technician. Kobbie Mainoo would have ousted Eriksen sooner had United not encountered a problem in Houston when the Real Madrid winger Rodrigo accidentally collided into his ankle in July. Mainoo and Eriksen have only started 3 times together and the results have been mixed. United recovered from 2-0 down to beat Aston Villa 3-2 on Boxing Day, but 4 days later Mainoo was fatefully hooked at halftime with the game goalless at Nottingham Forest. Forest won and Tottenham dominated United in the 2-2 draw in January. I think that is the main reason, ten Hag acknowledged when asked about Eriksen's lack of playing time, that Kobbie, his progress, so we have an extra option.